I can go over here.
No public comment.
My husband was here earlier, see if it worked. Clicked on the Facebook link.
The minutes from last meeting. Does anybody have an addition or correction?
There's a lot of minutes. There's
Yeah.
one from the February 14th meeting.
Yes.
And then there's one from the February 15th meeting that had to do with the
To do
bids.
with the bids, yeah.
And then there was another one from February 27th that had to do with our special meeting for our,
That was where we accepted the bid.
Except, yeah.
So
Is
the
that where
you
it's
accepted the
at?
bid on the
27th was
15th.
Yeah, this
Building committee.
27th,
And the
yeah.
building committee meeting was on the 27th.
No,
they're all
the 15th, we opened the bids. The building committee on the 27th is when we accepted.
No, that's
The
fair,
bid,
because we didn't formally accept it until then.
No, yeah, because 15
Yes.
were just read and then.
Right.
And
Okay.
for the meetings of the 14th was a regular board meeting. So,
Correct.
Yeah. Okay,
so we're gonna do a motion for all three of them.
Good with me.
that's what we need to do, right? We need
Yeah.
one for all three. Okay.
Do you want to do the
I
dates
move that
again?
we approve the minutes from the regular board meeting on the 14th, from the opening of the bids on the 15th of February and the 27th of February, the business meeting, the building committee meeting.
Perfect.
Do we have a-
second that. Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
I do not have a report today.
Okay, then the financial report, we're gonna have to skip A because of the snow day, all
Right,
those things
right.
aren't finished.
Okay, so.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, no,
Skipping
you're skipping B, because
Yeah.
you have, sorry.
We have the expenditure.
and
That's
revenue.
this, yes. Hello. Welcome. Are you Bob?
Hello,
Hello, Bob Schofield, yay, or Robert.
either one.
Hello, I'm April. You
Hi,
haven't
April.
seen me before. And this is our board president, Sue
Sue.
Culver,
Nice to-
and our secretary, Pam Donovan, and Nadra Eisenberg is a trustee.
nice
On
to meet you
the
all.
call, you'll see Pat Samarco's name, and under iPhone is Sally Swarzik.
Okay,
And we have, all of our board members are here. And then, I'm
Excellent.
sorry, then Mark is here as tech, and then Shar is our business person. She's also on the call.
well, nice to see everybody.
All right,
Okay,
we did our minutes and we're just gonna finish our expenditures report, then we can probably just switch to what
Yes,
involves Robert.
I'll make a motion to accept the expenditure and revenues report for January 2023.
I'll second that.
okay.
Now, I suppose,
And now we need to,
and now, Bob, do you think we should just read this part, that statement that you,
Yeah, I would read that at the beginning of the meeting. Yes, absolutely.
yeah,
okay, the GPL board meeting link. This afternoon's meeting is being held in hybrid format with both in-person and video conference attendance due to the governor's emergency declaration in connection with the ongoing winter storm. In accordance with the Public Officers Law 103A3, the Board of Trustees has determined that the winter storm has impaired our ability to hold an in-person meeting, and there are time-sensitive matters on the meeting agenda.
we can probably attach that to the minutes
Yeah.
or
I
something,
can put it into the minute
or, right.
at the beginning.
Okay, Bob, did you want to take over this part or just let me go with it and then intercede when I'm not making sense?
I think you know it very well, April. I totally trust you, but I'll jump in if necessary. Are
Okay,
we,
sounds
are we
good.
on the agenda where we're gonna do the building project stuff?
We are gonna jump right to new business resolutions for bonding.
Great.
So, and that's, we're just skipping, basically just skipping my report anyway, and we can do that later. Okay, so there are three resolutions that are, and they were revised, so the ones I sent out, I don't know, earlier this week.
Previously, yeah.
There's been a few tweaks and mostly it was just the tax the tax parcel, it was written in there that was
Yeah.
left blank before.
Hmm.
So there's a seeker type 2 determination, and that was that, there's a whole list of things that we had to make sure we were within bounds of, I guess, for lack of knowing what else it did. We did get SHPO approval, State Historic Preservation Office approval. I did reach out to the village of Whitesboro for a building permit, and they said that there would be no reason that in the event that the proposition 2 passes and we go forward with the addition, there would be no reason that we couldn't get a building permit for that. And it's also under 4,000 square feet. And if something's under 4,000 square feet, that also needs a determination. And all those other things such as, won't change traffic patterns. It's not gonna be a problem for the village in any way.
So April, can I just jump in and just
Yes.
set the base understanding? So I think the most important thing to understand is that the board is acting as a governmental entity with respect to this project. And because of that, you're charged with doing your own review under the State Environmental Quality Review Act. And basically, what that is it's your commitment to give a hard look to the project and make a decision as to whether or not the project is subject to the law. And if it's subject to the law, whether it has any negative environmental impacts that need to be ameliorated. We're passing a resolution that calls this a type 2 action. And there's basically 3 types of actions under SECRA. There's type 1 actions, which by regulatory determination and decision and definition automatically are known to have an environmental impact. And that's a list of items that, the state has made a determination that if it's on that list, we know it will have an environmental impact of some sort. Type 2 items are the exact opposite. They are by definition in a list of regulations, actions that the state has determined by their own, existence will not have an impact on the environment that we need to study or consider. So you're going to be making a determination that your project falls onto that list. And I'll come back to what that means in just a second. The third type are unlisted actions, and that's everything else. If this were an unlisted action, we'd have to look at it. We'd have to study it. We'd have to reach out to other agencies and see if they have questions about things, et cetera. But because it's type 2, it means it fits within a couple of definitions. And in this case, the definitions that fits within are actually going to be listed in your resolved paragraph. You'll see there's the reference to 6 NYCRR 617.5C. That regulation is the regulation that contains the list of things that are type 2 actions. And you'll see that we've highlighted number 1, number 2, number 9, and number 10. Those are the bases that we as your lawyers looked at the project and said, hey, you don't have to worry about these because we fit within these 4 categories. You heard April mention that it's an expansion of an existing building of less than 4,000 square feet. That is one of them. You fit within that criteria. Another one is for routine maintenance and repair of an existing building. You fit within that one. Another one is routine activities of educational institutions. As a public library, you are defined as an educational institution, including expansions of existing facilities of not more than 10,000 square feet. So again, your project fits in with that one. So that list is all of the items that we think would fit. Because they fit, you can call yourself or call the project a type 2 action. And what that really means is because it's type 2, there's nothing more you have to do. Actually, technically, the library doesn't even really need to pass this resolution because the project fits into those categories. But as lawyers, we always want the library to be aware of what the issues are, know that you thought about it, and then create a document that shows that you actually spent time thinking about it, and then you made the determination that it fit one of those categories on the list, in this case, 4 of the categories on the list. So that's what this resolution does.
So that's the first
Now,
one. That's a
Bobby did a much
resolution.
better job with that than I did.
So this is first resolution finding that the proposed Dunham Public Library 2023 construction project constitutes a type 2 action under SEQR. So we need somebody to move that and second it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it should be the people in the room,
Yeah.
even though the people on the line are here and supportive.
Yeah,
all right.
And the
I'm-
people who are on the line in here, they can still vote. Their votes count because this is,
not according to
I don't think
the
so.
library.
I promise you, their votes count because of this, the fact that you're running this as a hybrid meeting.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know,
Can't
when
count
we did
towards
the
a
library
quorum.
training, they said you can have hybrid meetings, but the people in person were the only votes that counted.
Suzanne, I think what you're talking about is counting quorum. And you can only count the physical present as quorum, which you've done.
Oh, well,
Right.
maybe
People-
that's true.
The people who are participating by video
Okay.
conference can and should vote.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Um,
just make a note that they were, I mean,
Right.
I already put
Yeah.
a note that they're online, so if
Yeah.
the question ever comes
Comes
up,
up.
we still have,
yeah,
yeah,
okay, we're good.
that's probably
Okay,
what it was.
move that the board accept the resolution finding that the proposed Dunham Library project, construction project constitutes a type 2 action under seeker.
I'll second that.
Okay, so. and
So
then I-
who's your movement and who's your second?
Susan Culver made the motion, Nedra Eisenberg seconded.
Okay, great. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm filling these blanks in so that I can send them back to you while you're working.
Oh, I was just writing the names in here.
Okay.
But if
I
you're
would, no,
voting,
you
that's
can,
good.
because I can scan it and then I'm gonna scan it and send it to the board secretary, but I'm also gonna walk over with them later. So
I'll
we're gonna do both.
2 L's, right? You would think, because I type it every month.
But if you send me another copy, that's awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna have the final version in about 10 minutes, as long as everything goes according to Hoyle.
Okay,
Okay, so we do have to write how everybody votes on
Right,
this. one,
okay,
so-
perfect.
But again, guys, that I'll take care of that for you as long as you let me
Oh,
hear who's voting what.
All right. I'll stop talking.
All right, do you want me to vote?
Yes, yes,
Okay, yes.
Sally,
Yes.
I vote yes,
I vote yes.
I vote yes.
carried unanimously.
That makes it easy.
Okay,
Now, what do we need to do about this?
the project scope, you sure you don't want to introduce this because you did such a lovely job last time?
Yeah, this one is simply a resolution. Now that you've agreed that the work you've done to this point satisfied seeker, this is actually agreeing to formally approve the scope of the project. And you'll see that basically what it's doing is it's adopting the work that your architects did for you. So the resolved here basically is saying that we adopt the drawings and the budget that Holmes, King and CalQuest created for you.
Okay. Can we have a motion to accept the resolution approving the scope of the Dunham Public Library 2023 capital project?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, I'll second. We have to, vote.
And
So
I just,
Pam made the motion and Sue seconded.
very good, thank you.
Is this another one where we have to go through and vote
Yeah,
individually? Okay,
Every one of these, yeah.
awesome.
Did
okay.
So then I guess.
Pat,
Yes, I accept.
Sally,
I was having a little trouble. I can hear April much better than anybody else.
Okay, let me put you toward, I'll put
Right.
I'll put my phone up by the computer, which is where the sound is coming from. So he introduced the scope of work, which is saying that the document from our architect, which was attached earlier, with all the board documents and with the pricing and what else was it, Robert, that it
Yeah,
was-
that this is the project that you guys are approving to go forward.
So Sally, it's the second edition project. Do you approve
the scope.
the
of the
scope
project.
of work, the addition?
Yeah.
Okay, yes for Sally.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes for me and Susan. Okay. And not driving.
okay.
And then this is the school district vote.
So was that unanimous again, Sue?
It was, yes.
Okay.
And then this is, here's the next one.
Okay. And the third one,
So the third resolution is the resolution that you are passing pursuant to Education Law, Section 260, subparagraph 10, that gives you as a school district public library the power to direct the Board of Education to hold this election for you. And if the voters approve it, to have bonds issued to support the project. And you'll see that one of the things that's contained in it is the actual question that will be on the ballot for the voters to approve. That has been vetted by the school district's bond attorney and it's been approved. And so that will actually get cut and paste right onto the school district's ballot if you approve it tonight.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
That's the only way this can happen?
that's the way we can pay, well. What,
It's not the only way that can happen, but as a school district public library, it's one of the reasons that you have organized that way. And it's one of the advantageous reasons that you have formulated yourselves as a school district public library, because it essentially gives you access to the borrowing power of the school district.
I understand that part.
That's it.
I don't know why we can't have the vote be ours. That's what I guess what I'm.
Unfortunately, when you issue bonds, because it's the
Well,
school
I know
district
that.
bonds, it's got to be their vote.
It has to be done through the school. But
It's the way the statute's written, okay?
okay, that I guess that's fine.
Okay, so now, I guess.
I'll make the motion.
so Pam made the motion,
And to direct the Whitesboro Central School District Board of Education to place, I should speak slower, place a proposition on the ballot of the annual district meeting of the school district voters to vote upon authorizing the financing and construction of the Dunham Public Library 2023 capital project.
I'll second that.
All right,
So Pam made it and Nedra seconded.
yes.
okay, so we have a vote, Pat,
yes,
Sally,
Yeah,
yes,
Yes. Okay, that's it. Unanimous.
all right.
Well, ladies, congratulations. Those are 3 big steps to get this project moving. I have updated each of those resolutions in typing with all of the votes recorded, the motions recorded. I'm going to go ahead and send them to April. And so as soon as you're done your meeting, if Pam, if you could sign all 3 of them, then April can email them over to the district. And if you're going to drop them off, you can drop off hard copies too.
okay,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'll run upstairs and get them in a little bit. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Robert? You don't necessarily have to stay for the rest of our meeting.
No, but I'll come back when you guys move the project along. After the successful vote, I can come back and we can talk about the process and what it looks like. There are some things during the process that you're going to want us to look at. You're going to want us to look at any agreements that the school district requires you to sign in order to do the bond issuance. And then all of your construction contracts, we're going to want to take a look at those for you too.
Okay, good.
All right. Congratulations. Excellent. Really exciting. I love to see libraries building new stuff.
thank you.
Well, thank you. It's nice to see you. I've spoken with you on the phone a couple of times and I've
All
never,
right. Well,
seems like I haven't really met you.
well,
Okay, so,
there'll be plenty of time for that. Take care, April.
all
Bye-bye.
right,
Very good, thank you.
Sally, I'm bringing you back over to my seat because
okay.
this is where the talking will happen from now on, so you'll hear better.
So this meeting with the Board of Education, that you're just hand carrying this information to them so they can act on it today.
Correct. They are not. I don't believe they can deny it. I think it's just kind of a rubber stamp thing because our board is the one who approves it. And we just are saying to them, okay, the board really approved this, please put it on the ballot. That's what's happening,
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
All right,
April,
yes, Pat,
do you know that the board meeting has been moved to a different time?
it's at 5 o'clock, I know.
Yeah, because I get the message because.
Yes, so we
Okay.
are, I'm gonna run that over. We have to come back again tomorrow night, Pat, or tomorrow at 3. Because we do not have an abstract of claims because there was a snow day
Right.
today and all the checks didn't get done. So
Okay.
that is outstanding still, but the other things on the agenda, we can go through if you want. So either way, we don't have to do, well, we could do the annual
And we
report and the
could-
budget and all that. We should do the budget actually, because we're going to the school district to say,
Yeah.
yeah, that we've really proved this. So,
April,
yes,
does this affect anything that I have to do for the budget vote? For our regular budget?
I don't think so. I think if you could stay on while we do that, this document that you sent, and we had 2 options to either have 3
Mhm.
propositions or 2. And so I think the board is going to need to decide that if we chop off the 50,000, it seems like we're asking for a lot. I'm a little stressed about that. I don't
Right.
know if you guys have an opinion if we should continue with the 50,000 towards capital or just let it go for this year.
Yeah.
bring it up, it's a huge thing.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
we should.
I think it might make it all go down if we, it's too much,
And the
right?
library's not gonna fold without that 50,000.
It's like a house of cards, where it looks like it might be the, for the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah, you'll let that go for this year.
So I think then this is the
So-
budget,
So then
so
we usually ask for in the.
our
regular
proposition
budget
2 is usually,
Yes.
Includes 50,000
Right.
towards capital projects.
Correct.
Just so we always have money
it's
available for
matching. Kind of
capital.
like, that's what this one is.
But
the
since we're doing
proposition.
this bonding for this huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the money we're asking.
Yeah, we
for
can
capital.
let.
But
the
we're not
50
really
go.
asking for this much money.
Right.
I don't,
No, I
I
know.
just, we hope that we don't need this much money. The goal is that we will get a few construction grants
Oh,
under
right.
our belt and that,
Yeah,
state funding stays as strong as it's been. I'm a little nervous about that, but you never know. It comes and it goes. Sometimes we get more when there's desperate times, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So I guess what I would like to put forth is this budget with the proposition 2 being the library capital project that is for bonding,
I didn't.
and get rid of the proposition 3. So that's the one we're
So
gonna,
is it option 2?
I don't know which option is which.
April.
Do you remember, Shar?
Got it.
April, both of these still have the 50,000 in it.
I know. So are we gonna have to pull that?
We
if
have to pull
take
that
it
out.
Out of there,
Yeah.
It's
then
gonna
our
change all
budget's
the
a lot
numbers.
smaller. So is that something that we want to pull it from our reserves and put it in there? So that's our budget, but is it the estimated balance? Remember,
That's
how
what the
30
estimated balance is, yes. But the 50,000 is completely different.
I know,
but the 50,000 isn't included in the.
it's
budget.
here.
It's in both of
We
those.
put it in
actually.
here.
It's a line item.
It's in,
not-
it's, yes.
Not included in the other.
No, but it's still as an expense and we were expecting to pull it in.
So
So
you do about that.
So
I
do we,
don't see.
one
it.
of them is part
it's
of,
here right above
Option
the
one.
expenditures.
Oh,
And the only way to balance that in revenue,
that's right.
it would be to
I see what you mean.
bring in the estimated revenue from reserve and make it, that would be like 82 in the estimated balance reserve. Is that a logical thing to do?
This is
or
what
no?
has that
Or should we
there,
just
and
eliminate
this,
it? But if we eliminate it, then our budget goes down.
That's-
Sorry, we should have worked this out before you guys were here.
So what are
so I
the,
can,
Sorry, that was a question to you.
what was that?
How can we, if we eliminate the capital improvement money, that's considered part of the proposed budget.
Yes, right now it is the way that it's there. Yes,
Okay, but it's not part of the revenue
This is option 2.
on
I see. Yep,
here.
you're right. Hmm.
How is that possible? I get a little baffled about that. So we want our proposed budget to be 1,347,100.
Right.
So you've added the shoot,
I
Robert,
added the 50,000 into the tax proposition 1. That's what you're looking for, the
You did.
50,000. Yes. So if you take it out, it'll be 1,218,369.
Yeah.
So our budget would go,
Yes.
it would be less than.
So the
it is.
50,000 is still there, but you put it all
Still
in
better
one
both.
proposition,
Oh,
instead of making it 2 separate propositions.
so,
April and I talked about taking the 50,000 and just making it a line item, just like the other things, that it's approved with the operating fund every year.
Mhm.
so the budget increase is what percentage?
Hang on. let me
So,
look at
oh,
it.
that's okay, you don't have to do that. But if it were 1317, for example, that would be a $30,000 difference.
Yeah,
So so
And
that's
that's
not a crazy amount of increase. So maybe we just leave this and then it's already there, then it's always there.
Yes, that's what we discussed. That's what I
We
did.
did discuss that, but see, then why is it here in proposition 3?
Because that is the option to not have it a line item anymore, to still continue to do it as a separate proposition.
So our 2 choices are it's all included in the budget, that $50,000 capital improvement. It's gonna be there as a yearly budget. And we have 1 proposition for the total is $1,347.
Mhm.
And the other option is you take that line item out and you do 1 proposition that's whatever that is minus.
Then our budget would be lower than it was this year.
So your budget is $50,000 lower, but you do a second proposition for $50,000 just for capital project.
Yes.
That doesn't really make sense.
No,
But
that's what we
it'd be
discussed.
easier to pass it if it's all in one.
yeah. It
Right.
would-
If
and we
if that,
don't need 2 propositions,
what's that?
so we don't need 3 propositions.
Right, that was the thought process, is you didn't want 3 different ones, so it looked like
Right.
they were going to approve them. 3 different things. The 50,000 was there last year, so when you put it into the line items,
Mhm.
it's just normal.
Right,
That makes sense to
Yeah.
do it that way.
and then
Because otherwise it just looks like we're asking for money, $50,000 for a capital project, and then
a million.
to bond
yeah.
for the other, for a capital
Yeah,
project
yeah.
doesn't make
But
sense.
capital expenditure was there last year, so it doesn't look like it's new.
Right.
Right, because that's how the school had us set it up. Lynn Dust said we had to put the 50,000 under the operating fund as long as we were putting it as a tax levy in the revenues.
Okay,
So it's okay to do it the way we're talking about, putting it as a line
Yeah.
item and.
but we don't, if. In the revenue. And the revenue is there. I'm really confused.
It's just being added into proposition
Yeah.
1. The 50,000 is being
Okay.
added into the
Yeah.
proposition.
Yeah, so if they're gonna vote
Instead of
no
a
on the
second.
50, they gotta vote no on the whole thing.
Right, and you know what, it would, if we took the 50 out, it would be less than last year, so if they vote it down, then
Well,
we're
yeah.
better, or more
Yeah.
money ahead than we would have been.
Yeah.
If we take it out.
Yeah, they're just putting it into one proposition
Yep,
and
okay.
that's 2 separate.
And no, not many people are gonna bring their calculators.
Yeah,
Okay,
and not many people are gonna look at this whole budget
No.
and see exactly what's going on where.
are we good?
So can I ask a question?
Gonna really.
Yeah, go ahead,
So
Pat.
Wait, as a taxpayer and I'm going to vote, how many propositions will I vote on for the library?
2.
All right, so one is the 1.3 million or the 1.2?
1.34710.
That's okay. So I vote for that. So what's the next one?
That is the bonding, the right to bond when we go
All
to,
right.
so just the two.
So is there any increase for the taxpayer?
Yes,
And
it
how
is
much?
the difference between. Oh, gosh, who
It's
wants to do the
20,
math?
about 20, $25,000.
23,245.
Okay.
Yeah,
So as a taxpayer, if you say to them, how much is it gonna cost me to vote for this?
I missed that, Pat, sorry.
You know, like remember I used to say it would cost more than loaves of bread or whatever.
Oh, well, 23, that we have 25,000 taxpayers. So it's 23,000, so it's
A dollar.
Less than
a
a dollar.
$1 a person.
Less than.
Okay, so that's what they have to know.
Okay, it's less than $1 a person.
So. All right. So
Okay.
Can I make a motion
can.
that we approve the budget option, which option is it?
Not
That's,
I don't-
option including
Option.
capital improvement as part of the budget.
yeah,
It would be
it's option
option
number
two. Option number
Alright.
2 is just 2 propositions.
So I'll make a motion to approve the budget proposition option 2, which sounds that.
Which gives total expenditures of
Of
$1,347,100.
Yes, okay.
And then proposition 2, we already approved in the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yay. Okay, so that's the budget.
so we need a second.
I'll second. I'll second.
Okay,
Oh, shoot, I didn't make a copy of the annual report. I sent it. I have a pretty.
Oh, Pat,
Yeah.
yes, on that motion?
Actually, are we allowed to vote?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
according to the rules, we're not allowed to vote.
I don't.
well, I don't know, he said
If
that the
anyone
difference
is-
was with the quorum. I will just indicate that you are on Zoom and what your vote is. We have 3 people here.
Right.
Right.
And it's a unanimous vote.
So I
So
just.
either
put it
way, if you
unanimous.
didn't-
Yeah, I just read all that. I just took that course. And the thing is that if there's 3 of you there, you can vote it, but we can't.
It would be
That's
safe.
what I
If
thought too.
anyone argues and it's only the people in the room making the motions, then it's safe.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right. And
In
they-
fact, that 100% though, when we did these resolutions, that was awesome that you were both here on the phone so he could count your votes. I think
Right.
that was awesome.
right, and I think, like he said, it might just mean towards the quorum that other people can vote. I interpreted it the same as Pat when we were on that.
I also did, and so
But it
does
doesn't
Wanda.
hurt for us to record that they voted and they were on.
Correct. I think that's, and
So-
the fact that it's unanimous shows that
So,
everyone was in favor,
um,
even if they weren't in the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, and
so we all in favor of this one, did we do that part or we not?
so we have. What we're going forward with is one proposition for the entire budget.
Operating.
Including
Mhm,
capital improvement. And the second proposition is the bonding,
mhm. Right,
okay, we all.
Good.
on board with that?
Unanimous.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And now we have,
It was also, I wanted to, because you don't necessarily have to have my director's report, you read it. But I did, Robert Schofield said that since we did this resolution or
Yes,
proposition for the exact number to be bonded, or the expenses that were listed with the architect, he thought that you should rescind the 1.8 million that was just the generic one from February.
and we
So
should have.
to vote to rescind that one, because this
Oh.
one supersedes.
So we
it.
have to rescind
The one from the February 14th
so
meeting.
somebody make the motion and tell me how to write. it. So it's right here. So,
Rescind the, what was it called?
Previous,
It was in the minutes, and I have those somewhere. If I can help you out with that. Maybe it's here, okay. There was
previous decision.
Yeah.
Meeting, was it? Oh, it might have been the, might not have been this particular meeting.
I'll look it up.
It was. We're not far away.
I just want to get the thing typed right.
There, I had them in my hand. I said, because I had the dates and everything.
So it's like, it'll just be to rescind the previous decision to bond or whatever.
It was from the special building meeting. No, it wasn't there either. I swear it said 8 million something.
I know it did. I'll find it.
Yes, it did, but I know, I take notes, but very bare bones notes.
That's a presence, right?
Oh,
Financial
you know, it,
motion. Just right in. New business. There it is. It's a new business under February 14th.
okay,
And the motion was, Sue Culver made a motion to proceed with bonding of 1.8 million for the building of the second floor addition of the library, and Nedra seconded it, and the motion was carried unanimously.
Okay.
So somebody could say rescinding it in, you know, I don't
Yeah.
know,
So replacing, aren't we?
replacing it with the one that was done
Yeah.
earlier today.
so we're gonna, yeah, rescind the previous. Or replace, yeah. I don't know.
The motion for bonding from the February 14th.
Yeah.
meeting For 1.8 million.
Yeah, rescind the previous motion. Proceed with bonding of $1.8 million.
And then we have to replace it with what?
The one that it was the, I think that was the school district vote one that you already did.
Yeah, so we replaced it and because it's being replaced by
One of
this
those,
one.
Yeah.
To place the proposition on the ballot for that amount of money.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
all right, do we need two motions or one, that rescind and replace? all
no,
more?
it's.
We already did it.
We already voted for it.
We should have rescinded. Do you rescind first after?
No, it's fine.
In the same
I'm
meeting.
just gonna put, we're rescinding, if the motion is to rescind this because it's replaced by the motion.
Yeah, yes, blah, 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 okay, there we go. Okay,
Do we have a second for that? I'm putting Andrew down.
All right, so we did the bonding, we did the budget,
So that-
and then.
And,
For the annual report.
second, okay, I think we got that.
I sent it to you. Did you read it?
Do we have the annual report? Is
We
that-
have it. I sent it to you, this big long thing,
Yeah, okay.
and then I also sent you an abbreviated version. I do know that, let me see if I can bring up an email.
what do we
from
need to do with that?
You just need to
Just
approve
approve
it.
it.
I mean, I had to do it, right? But it would be under. See if I can find John. Broadwell did an annual report that is a infographic.
Sally, are you still here?
She is. Right there.
Oh, okay. I lost you.
My phone moved back over, so okay, so the annual report, I don't know, did I send you this? You might not have. It's the pretty one, we do it each year, and it's an infographic, but we are up to 100,000 items were checked out, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's just pretty cool.
You know, it is awesome that we
Physical
are
items.
like, aren't we the highest in circulation in homes in the area or something?
We, at times, some days, we go back and forth with New Hartford, but we really do we have we're 1 and 2 with New Hartford.
Yeah.
But that's not really fair because Rome has a really high circulation too. But it is,
But anyway.
it
we're
is
really-
very high. We're definitely the top 3. All right. And so then like 15,000 people asked reference questions. We had 76,000 visitors. And that's really pretty good because we were doing construction, so in a way, some of our programming was lower than it would have been because this room was half of us, right? And the Dunham house was empty. So things were a little interesting, but our program participation too, it's definitely, and obviously it's better than the last 2 years because that COVID was involved in both of those, but it is definitely coming up. So it's exciting. But there are things like, our computer usage in-house we don't know if somebody comes in with their own device and uses things. So a lot of times people are using their own devices, whereas they used our computers before and we had control over those statistics.
Right.
And we don't now, and we also we have streaming now, like a lot of people are streaming at home, so the DVDs, we still check out a great deal of them, but 3 or 4 years ago, we checked out a lot more.
Yeah.
So yes, our circulation is solid, but it's not quite as high as it was, say, 5
Yeah.
years ago, because there's just
But the
not as
library,
many things.
the library is totally being used and
Totally.
Yeah.
it's. you
But
know,
100,000 items checked out,
Yeah.
hello.
It's cool. The library usage is changing some, but it's
Mhm.
still consistently,
Yeah.
people are checking out
Yes.
books and. Consistently, people are meeting here and getting help from the
Yeah,
staff at the information desk.
Does it
and-
count that, Rosemary sends the YouTube things?
you know what we have to figure out, we did count that last year, and the only way we can count it this year is if we have someone, like, say, email her back and say they did it. Because you can do an email blast and say, oh, yeah, we sent it to 100 people, so they all did it. There's no confirmation of it.
That they.
So we could, I wonder if she said, sends it out and said, if you reply,
Yeah.
then I can count this as attendance. Hi, the library's not open.
Surprised it was open.
Right?
Yeah.
I know there's cars that we had to have our board meeting. Okay, so we can revise that. I noticed, like, sometimes you go to these webinars and it wants you to send your email in. You're like, what do you
Yeah.
care? It's because they're counting,
counting.
they're
Yeah.
counting
Yeah.
attendance.
Yeah.
So that, no, but if she has it here, and I know Kim, for example, will send an email. If they send her an email and say they want a link to story time, she can count them actually on the computer.
yeah.
But she can't just send
Send it to
out
them.
an
Send it
email
to
list. She
their
has to be able to
email.
count.
She can't just have an email.
So
list. Yeah.
it's kind of sad because Rosemary sent all of those emails out
Mhm.
and say 5 people every time joined. We didn't count any of that because we could prove it.
I know, I'll have to email her and compliment her, she's found some new
Yeah.
stuff with rock music.
Oh,
Do
that's
you
cool.
go to the ones? So
I
you
do
know,
it online.
God, did you, I wish I'd asked you. You know what, I could have too. I suppose I could say to her, can you reach out to your email people and say, so how many people? Because
Yeah.
we could count it. I think if people replied and said,
Yeah.
thank you, even if it's just a thank you, that would be, I
Yeah.
think she could count those, right?
Right.
Okay,
I
good to know.
definitely was gonna let her know that I like the
All right.
one with the Donna.
I
Okay,
make a motion to approve the 2022 New York State Annual Report, Library Report.
because I do believe today's date is on it.
I'll second it.
Right,
Thank
okay.
Of course.
All right.
Um,
And that is, do you want me to read my, I didn't even
Yeah,
print
yeah.
it. I don't know.
All right, we have to sign some stuff, here,
Um,
right?
You do.
Well,
We
he's
just- we
gonna-
can just do it while.
I'll go print that. Let me go print these.
So if
No,
we
I
think
don't-
another time.
Just sign it.
Oh, let me see if it's different. Like, why would it
well,
be
He was
different?
gonna print, oh,
But
that's,
he-
the
I
different-
can
that,
print
that
his.
one.
This
He's
is
he's
the-
gonna print a new copy that has the
Yeah,
names and the
But this
stuff.
is his letter,
Right, that one you can sign.
right?
But
That's
what did he send back to me? Did he send
never
things
did
with
that
his
send
like
stuff back,
initials
did
on
we?
it or something? No,
We
he
never
typed
did.
it all.
Yeah, that one he typed in, so you gotta print that, so the new document,
Yeah.
so I can sign that
So-
one. But the one to approve him as the lawyer, I don't think
Oh.
we actually did.
I
We
think
did not.
Sue had to sign that, no?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we didn't actually do the motion and accept.
You worked on.
Okay, good.
For that. I'm gonna.
Oh, you're right. You can't vote anyway. So read that again. So-
Yeah, right.
No, just, what is it? A motion to accept the agreement, what do we call it? What's it titled?
I'll print my director's report in case of something major.
Accept, Robert Schofield,
Legal services, I guess.
yeah,
Right, legal
Yeah,
services.
okay.
Okay. That
so,
makes sense?
yeah, I'll make a motion to accept, the agreement with Robert Schofield
Yeah.
for legal services.
That's good. I'll second. Okay.
Okay. So, second. So I was thinking it would be good to do something. April is like library month. It would be nice to do something to show appreciation to the staff here.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can do. I know, is it Rosemary who just had 40 or 50, a whole number of years here? She just had a big
Wow.
anniversary. Kim just got her Master of
Who
Library
was there?
Science. I think it was Rosemary.
Oh,
Somebody,
What's her name? Janae. has been here
Janae hasn't been here as long. I don't, well, she's
No,
been here a
Janae's
long time.
the
Yeah, I
longest.
forgot when
for-
it,
She's here than
I don't remember, but there was some.
Yeah.
Janae's been here the longest.
Who
She's at
has?
40. Janae,
Janae, but
Yeah.
did somebody just hit a like milestone year?
we're all like right there. Somebody's in 35 and 30 and there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be good to recognize, we could recognize how long everybody's been here.
Mhm.
Or if we would just, I wanna just to say some things, and of course, Kim got her Master of Library Science.
Yeah, there's a lot of
and
good.
There were other anniversaries, you guys all stepped it up really during COVID, and I don't know that we've done anything like,
I know.
you know, Jamie and Janae with getting the book bags together and the other people who put their projects to go. There's a lot to recognize, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I know I could do something simple like bake
Why
something.
don't we just,
We could
why don't we just do it to the whole staff?
What?
Just a thank you of some type to the whole staff,
Yeah,
because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
exactly. I wanna, yeah, we definitely
Thank
wanna
you.
thank everybody. And
I
that's-
think we should
Shar,
do-
who answers all our questions,
I think maybe we should do
some of
something.
which are confused when
And
we're asking them,
don't-
we don't know what we're
I
asking.
don't know.
Well,
if-
like we could have a donuts and bread, or something, some kind of recognition for their service.
Yeah, something that looks like a party.
Yeah,
Well, it doesn't have to be a party so much as maybe.
No, I
but just
mean,
a
just
celebration
party,
thing.
yeah,
Somebody make
yeah.
a nice note and
I have a Facebook friend who says it's not a party unless there's a cake. Otherwise, it's a meeting.
Oh.
It's a what?
and there's a lot of people like a lot of other things better than a
Bagel,
cake.
bagel.
But yeah. I don't know if there's been money to be used by that.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
you
Dunham
know,
account.
the Dunham
Yeah.
account. We're
Yeah.
talking about library recognition during April is
Yeah,
library month, and we'd
all
like to
good
do
and
something
everything.
to
People are-
recognize the staff and show appreciation for,
They kind of went above and beyond.
you know, with the COVID stuff and
You're gonna get an argument.
we've got such a
Okay,
long-term.
We do it. I would want to. Somebody else is coming in.
Oh, like-
Hi. Sorry, we're just doing our board meeting because we have to. I printed 2 copies. So that I can just take the original, 2 originals, you know, and I can
Yeah.
do one and then.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
not the same thing now.
So what are we gonna do?
They're gonna sign these documents that our lawyer Bob Schofield had created. But
No,
then I'm gonna take one of them over to the district. And then we're gonna keep one here. So I'm gonna have Pam sign the original.
Do I need to date these?
Yeah, today.
Probably should be 3/14, right?
Yeah, this one said.
So important.
Yeah, because their meeting's at 5 o'clock.
I know.
So anyway, we don't necessarily have to decide right now what we're doing, because we're gonna have to meet again,
Yeah.
but think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was figuring. I thought if I brought it up.
That's
Yeah,
one.
good idea.
Unless they're skinny.
This way.
And then, okay. And then one of these, I'm gonna go get another one of these secret ones.
Cause I printed it twice instead of hitting
We're
I
just
mean, at
signing
school
papers,
during,
Pat,
like,
Sally.
Teacher appreciation week, sometimes we got something every day, like a little candy bar one day and.
They were bigger on Friday.
Right, the bagels one day for breakfast,
Yeah.
in the morning or something like that, so it could be fun.
For
to
that,
do.
so maybe they don't do it in high school. I don't know.
Well, the PTA did a lot
Yeah,
of it,
yeah, that's right,
and
yeah.
so you didn't have PTA so much in
Yeah.
our school. But the principals would do something one of the days
Yeah,
too.
the breakfast for lunch.
Yeah,
Principal.
yeah, well, there for a while when Kathy was the superintendent, I think it was kind of pushed with the principals all did certain things. You have to
Always-
provide lunch at Christmas time.
Always interesting. Well, a few years ago, Pat was, remember Pat, when you always organized to do bagels every year
Yeah,
at Christmas time because of the fact that there's so much sweets at Christmas?
Mhm.
We would do it, we did it after Christmas, didn't we?
I think so.
Or else in the fall, you know. before-
Usually New Year's Day, I believe, or New Year's Eve, I think.
Yeah,
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 so,
well, let's think about it.
yeah, because we have to meet again anyway, so everybody think we
Yeah.
talk about it,
Okay,
we meet again.
well, we bought everybody lunch for Skip Development Day, so that was good.
My laptop to do a printer.
Okay.
All right, April, you need this, right? The lawyer letter. Sign.
And I need to scan that and send it back. Okay. I will do that.
Okay, and here's all your things.
I'm just trying to think, my director report, you know, I went through all the way, this is like that. Open government, that's why we all got all paranoid about everything. I did submit a diversity, equity, and inclusion grant to the community foundation. Because it's a, I thought, you know, hello, if you can't get in the bathroom again, we did that last time, I might not be too excited, but it might work, and then. Oh, we did a Suds for Scholars event at 16 Stone Utica, and we made $277.
There you go.
We had two huge donations.
So you want like,
I have here. So technically, what we're gonna do is we need to meet tomorrow. I don't know, does that mean we do a continuation or do we just do a whole nother board meeting? I don't know.
I mean, it would just be a brief agenda.
Yeah,
Because
And
we
just include on the agenda the parts we didn't get done
you
this
can
time.
say do it, yeah, due to what.
And yeah, basically, we had to do it, you know,
We can't be the only ones doing.
So you've had more board meetings than you're supposed to have, honestly, if it's not, it's like, I know, it's not normally this bad. Just going forward. All right,
Oh, we've got a lot going on.
What's the reason we can't finish up today?
Because we don't have any of the checks made,
Oh, that was.
Janae and Shar
Okay.
didn't get to finish snow day. Yeah, that's why. There's nothing,
No,
Weird.
nothing, just. because
just
of the
snow.
So we did everything.
Everything.
Except for the abstract of claims.
Yep,
Correct, and the signing of checks that were like
Yeah, I
over
mean, the
$1,000.
director's report, we didn't, you just kind of briefly went.
I
over
just
it.
did. We have a
all
meeting.
Had that in writing.
Yeah, yes, you do, and we have a meeting tomorrow with Need, and then I'll add to the fact that we closed today.
So we're coming here at 3 tomorrow.
Correct,
yes, okay, is that good?
3
Pat?
tomorrow.
yeah, that's fine with me, as long as you can pick me up, so, or, so,
Pardon, I didn't hear you, Pat.
if you can pick me up, I'll be there.
Yes, absolutely, no problem.
Okay,
As long as driveways are clear,
We
we're
did a
out.
lot in a little bit of time here. Thank you all, ladies.
Yes.
I
Okay,
appreciate
mine
it.
or
This,
yours?
we couldn't do it without you,
That was yours.
Oh, okay.
and I don't. So Shar, you're still with me.
well, are you adjourning the meeting?
We did adjourn the meeting, I think. Did
No,
we?
we
Did
didn't.
you?
No,
Oh,
we
you didn't vote to adjourn?
Actually, I don't know
Detail.
if we,
I move that we adjourn the meeting at 3:53.
This is gonna.
I'll
be
second it.
Okay, 3:53, Sally second, and all of us are in favor.
okay.
Nothing can be recorded after that. I-
But we're done, right? We're
Okay,
done.
so tomorrow, Shar, or well, within reason, I think that,
This is a.
Kim Budel wants